Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. Today, we are back. We're going to floor you with a great show. We're talking carpets, floors, and just what you walk on all around Walt Disney World. It's about the details, right? When you go on a Walt Disney World vacation, sometimes you're looking up, sometimes you're looking all around. Today, we're looking down, talking about even wall carpets, even some small pieces of carpet in Liberty Square that might get you in trouble. So we're talking about our favorite floor coverings and ground details all around Walt Disney World. So see what we come up with on today's show. Don't forget, today's podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We're standing by to help you plan your favorite Disney destination trip for no additional cost to you. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use that Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. Thanks so much for using that. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're the all-stars that keep us on the air. Thanks so much to each and every one of you. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you. Patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2874 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman for BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you. Yes, we made it to another Friday, so give yourself a pat on the back. We're going to kick it off by talking some Disney. We're going to floor you with a great podcast. Last week it was excellent. Today, yeah, it's going to be awesome. Get ready. Joining us today, we have Ricky. She's from a Disney World After All.com and the Mouse for Less. Ricky, happy Friday. We made it to yet another weekend here in April. Oh, almost tax time.
Yes, we're taking care of that. Thank goodness. But today I am at the Magic Kingdom. So make sure you're following along with me. So headed to the Magic Kingdom today and I'm excited. I'm getting to ride a Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, and I'm excited to see how. I mean, it couldn't get much worse than I was before. So I'm excited to see how much better I am at this attraction now because the guns can be removed, and I can actually see where I'm shooting, and they're haptic, so they like buzz on you. And I'm so excited that I'm actually maybe going to have a better shot at this attraction. Yay, bravo, Disney. I'm already applauding you. I have a feeling this is already going to be better. So, but yeah, I'm so excited we're going to do, yeah, exactly. We're going to do the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival and, just have a nice little getaway weekend. Because it's been a while since we've been down there. So I know it's been like 6 weeks. And for me, that's a while at this point. And I'm just like itching. I'm like, oh, I got to get down there.
Just whatever you do, make sure you do not end your trip at either Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom. That will just be the wrong vibe. I'm ending it at Epcot.
So, it's only 2 days. Sorry. I've only got 2 days here. So I'm ending it at Epcot. So yeah. We're good.
For our listener on Wednesday, I'm just messing with you again. Like I'm just carrying it over.
There's a possibility I may hop over from Epcot to Hollywood Studios. So but I'm still going to head back to Epcot that night. So
there you go. I've still never seen I've never seen Luminous. I've still not seen that show.
I haven't either, actually.
No way, seriously. I'm old. Like I can't, it's a big ass to stay up late at this point to see fireworks.
It's not necessarily that. It's just a lot of the times I'm driving back to my mom's house after my Epcot days. This time I will not be. I'll be driving back to my brother's apartment. So that part will be nice. But usually it's been cold the last 2 times that I've been, Brian was in the first aid the last time, one of the last times we were there.
Okay, so cold and hurt, old.
Exactly. Old. Yeah, exactly.
Elderly.
So yeah, I haven't seen Luminous either. I've seen it from over by first aid.
Elderly.
He was in first aid and I'm sitting out there watching Luminous while he was getting taken care of. I think he needed ice or he needed headache medicine. One of the two. So yeah.
Elderly. while I listen to Lars Welk on his iPhone.
Oh my gosh, I have to tell you, during the church service that we had for Easter Sunday, he made so many old-timey references. I'm not even joking. There was a Thelma Harper reference. I'm pretty sure there was a Dallas reference, or I don't know. There were so many like old references. I'm like,
hey, he knows his audience. That's what you gotta do. Who shot JR?
Easter sermon from 1989. I don't know what's happening here.
That's why we love Brian. All right, also joining us, we have Pam Forrester. She's the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel. That's right, Sue Ellen. What's going on? Happy Friday.
Oh my, Sue Ellen thing. I know. Wow, that's crazy. That's all I can say about that.
Oh my
gosh. That's it. You said the right thing. Yeah.
I know, it is. It's funny, like the things, the people like sort of latch on to and remember forever. And then they don't realize that other people don't have that same frame of reference, or they have that and more. So
right.
Yeah, I like it. I have seen Luminous, by the way, and every other nighttime show at Walt Disney World, and probably all the other shows as well. So yes, I feel like I've done all the things lately, I will say. I am looking forward to doing some of the newer stuff that they have, but yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you, okay, we're going to do something about carpets, floors. Actually, Sean from Michigan asked us to do the show, so this wasn't really our idea. So if it's terrible, I'll give you Sean's email address. You guys can all
right. I may want it partway through, Sean.
Exactly. It's a hard sell, but we're going to go after it. It's a Friday. Before that, though, so I saw this meme because I follow all this retro stuff and podcasts and all these things online. Today there was like a meme that I saw, and it said like you get 1 quarter, and it showed like all these marquees from 80s video games like Space Invaders, Pac-Man, Galaga, Donkey Kong, all those, Defender, and they only get 1 quarter to play one game. And I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of fun to do like with like Disney stuff. So let me ask you this: like you get one, basically it's a different way to say pick your favorite. So like one nighttime thing, like. If real quick, I mean, just like kind of off the top of your head, like for me, like one nighttime thing above all right now, it has to be something that's like active right now. Like Paint the Night is just,
oh yeah,
like that's even above like Happily Ever After, like combining like parades and fireworks of all. And I love Fantasmic too, but man, Paint the Night it just blew me away. But like, where would your like one nighttime thing be right now? Because I haven't gone to the international park, so I don't know about that stuff, but.
So Paint the Night, I think, is such a solid offering, but I'm going to say that I'm going to pick Happily Ever After because there's just something about seeing fireworks, like a show at the end, that feels very different than a parade even. And I like the parade at the Magic Kingdom now too. I think it's really good to have that back in, that we get to have that opportunity. But I really love the way that a fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom sort of just is like the cherry on top of the sundae. It's the fantastic way to end the night. And I think that would be my choice most times.
It's good call. I mean, you can't go wrong with Happily Ever After.
No, you
can't. It's just got those like, it gives you the goosebumps songs, and
it does.
Yeah. Ricky,
it gives you the feels.
And then you walk out, you're like, okay, the day's over. Like I'm happy.
Right.
Like this is it.
Yeah.
Ricky, what about you?
I did the things.
I think if like overall, I think it would be Happily Ever After. Like that is definitely the one that I would say. However, I will say that if I get to choose like any time of the year, I'm gonna choose Boo to You. I'm gonna choose Mickey's Boo to You. Halloween Parade. So like that's my. I'm not a parade person like at all really, but I make it a point every year when I go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party to stop and get a spot for the Boo to You parade. Like that is non-negotiable, and Brian knows it. Like we have to stop and watch the parade, and we have to stop and watch the fireworks. Although I do miss the old fireworks that they had for Mickey's Not So Scary. I think they were just a touch better when it was Hollow Wishes. I thought that was a little better, but overall, Boo to You is hands down going to be my favorite. But then if I'm going for like all the time current, nighttime extravaganza, it would definitely be Happily Ever After. The music in that is so well done. And I think that's got to be my pick.
Awesome. Okay, so we'll talk about that on Sunday night's call-in show. People can give us that, like, give one. Like, what would it currently be? So now, on Wednesday, I kind of gave a little soliloquy, or I got fired up because I don't have students. I was telling you, get out there to get 1% better every day, and all of a sudden you might be going to the moon in 10 years. You know what? But you got to talk to the other kids. For some kids, the floor is the limit. I'm just saying. You got to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Oh my God. That is awful. What is wrong with
you know what? My grandpa used to always tell me, like, you know what, Mike? The world needs ditch diggers too. And I'm like, Grandpa, I can graduate high school too.
You're like, is this personal?
Right?
Is this...
My grandpa was honest. Like, he was honest, and he was blue collar. He just told me, Mike, the world needs ditch diggers. I think he told that to my cousin, and he for real, like, now he rides bulls. Like, I don't know. So I think he took it to heart. So he lives down Poplar. I love Chris. Chris, you're awesome. His cousin's like, actually, his kid he's like world famous, like a calf team roper. He's making more money than I could imagine, like going in the Houston rodeo and all that stuff. Anyway, so I love blue collar people. But he kills me because my grandpa, he'd just tell you, like, the world needs ditch diggers. That was his famous line. I'm like, dude, can I be a teacher? Can I be a ball player? What? He would just lay it on you. Anyway, so I'm just trying to make a joke. We're going to talk about the floors today. Walt Disney World carpets, interesting floors. Again, Sean from Michigan, this is all on you. So if I get reamed for saying that, my grandpa was cool. My grandpa was a deacon in the church. He loved everybody, but he would just say stuff like that because I love my grandpa. He was hilarious. You just had to know him. He wore a Jelly Roll hat and rode around in MGB. He had like 7 MGBs in his life. He gave me one. That's my first car. So anyway, we're going to talk about our favorite floors, floor coverings, wall carpet. Pam, save me. Say something.
Yes, please do.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. Delete the past 2 minutes.
No, because 85% of people will like it, and the other 50% have already tuned us out.
Fast forward for the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back.
We're going to move on. Yes.
Yes.
We took a little break there.
Yes.
Now we're back.
Hang on.
Now we're back.
I'm just censoring myself so I can post.
Yes, right. So we're talking about some of the great flooring, walkways, whatever of Walt Disney World. And so when I was tasked with this subject,
only
after
20
I
minutes
went,
before,
oh dang, what am I going to say? Actually, I probably needed beeped what I thought in my head. But yes, I was like, okay. So Disney actually does, their attention to detail is so fantastic on so many different levels. And if you've ever walked through the parks or resorts, you will notice it. I mean, take a moment to notice it. Look at the different flooring. Look at when the flooring changes. Look at the different light fixtures. Look at the different, all kinds of things throughout the parks and the resorts, because Disney does do a fantastic job on it. So I'm going to highlight one of the things maybe that you'll have the opportunity to see. And that is, if you travel to Disney's boardwalk area, you might be surprised to notice that you are actually walking on a wood boardwalk. Yes. That whole area, like once it starts there at the boardwalk, the cement ends, the wooden boardwalk starts. And it's not a wood platform sitting on concrete. Like, it's hollow underneath, like a regular boardwalk would be. And I think that's just one of the little examples of the way that Disney takes this whole idea of making things feel authentic and looking at the little details that sort of go into making an experience feel authentic. Because as you walk through that boardwalk, especially in the morning, that's when I notice it the most, right? It feels so boardwalk-like, and I think
it's always like kind of got like they posed it down over there.
Yes,
it's a little wet, and it's a little wet. So it has a different feel in the morning when you walk on it for sure. Yeah.
Oh, and runners, it's slicker than snot when you run through there in the 10K,
true.
and it's wet. I've seen Scott wiped somebody out because he went to give somebody a high five one time, and they like kind of took a long stride, and they came down and they just bit it. So I was like, Scotty G. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Runners, be aware. The boardwalk can be slippery when wet, like Bon Jovi. Just saying. Yes. That's a good one. All right, Ricky, what do you got for? I love that because the boardwalk's awesome.
Yes, it is. I think the first one is gonna have to be, and this can be controversial, I feel like, especially in this day and age right now.
I got the button ready.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of beeping going on.
This should be the beeping show. Yeah, exactly. So the first one that I'm gonna go with is actually going to be the floor, the carpet in the Grand Floridian. And actually the floor overall in the Grand Floridian, because they've just redone, if you haven't seen it, they've completely redone the whole floor in the main lobby area of the Grand Floridian. And it's a Brian and I have actually watched a few YouTube videos on this recently. We watched one, actually it was one of the Easter eggs. Somebody was trying to do the Easter egg hunt now, although, you know, they didn't really have Easter eggs this year, but they didn't have many at least. And then we watched the previous year's Easter egg hunt, and like the contrast of the carpet was just mind-boggling at that point. Like it was like night and day. So the old carpet, while very beautiful, it was very green and very dark and had a lot of golds to it and things like that. And yes, it was very, in a way, kind of regal, because, you know, I feel like green emerald, that feels very regal. And now it has a little bit more of a vibrancy to it, and a little more color, a little more pops of color in it, with a few little pinks and stuff like that. And I feel like the more I see this carpet now, the more I really, really like the carpet in the Grand Floridian. Now, I know that's a hot take, because a lot of people do not like the carpet in the Grand Floridian the way that they've done it, but I think they really did a good job with what they've done, and they've made it feel a little less stuffy. It's still, you know, it's still the Grand Floridian, so it's a little stuffy, but it feels a little less like Grandma's house. Okay, the flowers, I guess I'm wrong. They still feels like Grandma's house, but I don't know. It has a little more lighter feel to it in general, and a little airier feel. And then you go over to the other sides, and where they have the marble and the tile, and they have really cool Disney touches in a lot of the tile. So they'll have, you know, characters that you can see. So, you know, you can see like Cinderella and the Prince, and, you know, stuff like that all throughout the flooring. And it's just and the marble and Mrs. Potts, and, you know, it's really cool what they've been able to do with this carpet, or with this marble flooring. They really have some great hidden Disney touches, and you kind of got to search for them, but they're really cool. So I like the floor at the Grand Floridian, both pieces of it, but I know not a lot of people like carpet.
When I first saw the pictures, I was like, oh man, what is that? Like, I was like, whew, that was a decision. Like, when I first saw the pictures, right? But I think it's one of those things,
Yes.
like, you have to like live with it for a little bit. And I
You
haven't
do.
seen. I meant to see it when I was down for Marathon. I just never got over there, because I want to.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
think
seen
you
it
got to see it in
person
person.
yet.
Like,
Yeah.
you got to see it in person. I think like it, because it looks bold. Like, let's just say
It
bold.
does.
Like, I mean, is that a good term for it?
Yes, it's very bold, and I do like so the video that I saw, they have some palm trees in there now, so it really feels almost like a conservatory in a weird way, you know, like
Well, that's kind of how it
Wow.
used to be with like the birdcage kind of thing.
yeah, exactly, but it feels more so to me, like it feels very conservatory like, and I'm sure that's what they were
Pam,
going
what's
for.
your take on the whole like redesign of the lobby? You like it? I mean,
So I do like it, and I think it's actually not only fitting with the resort itself, but they've taken the theme of what the rooms look like now. There's a lot more blue in the rooms than there ever used to be, and so that's sort of the predominant color when you're in that room. Like, it's blues and greens and whatnot. And so I think when the carpet was such a contrast to the room decor, it didn't do much for the resort, right? And
Yeah.
that carpet before was bold too. If you did not think it was, then you
No, it was very
must have
bold.
forgotten,
Yeah.
because it absolutely was bold. But I think this now is something that sort of fits in more with the theme of the resort and whatnot. And I like that, especially with the new bar that they added. The fact that they're adding more brown tones and natural tones into that space too, I think that's gonna have the carpet sort of go out well with it. But I think what's funny is, like, Disney does a really good job with carpets and stuff like that. Some of these are designed just for Disney, or they have designed it and somebody else has manufactured it. So, I mean, this is something that they seriously consider. And
It is.
I think that the fact that, you know, they have people who really thought about this and thought about what would look good and what the resort needed, I think that they were really thinking about that.
Awesome. So I have two. One of mine is probably one of the oldest, and one of mine is probably the newest. One of the newest. So I'm going with the oldest, because that's kind of how I roll. Polynesian, the lobby floor is that volcanic rock kind of situation that's kind of left over from when they had the volcano in the lobby. I love that. I mean, it's kind of like shiny and slick, and it's got the, you know, the mortar between the rocks and stuff, and it looks just very natural. And I just, it fits. Like, it just feels like it's natural. Like, you're out in nature inside. They brought it inside. It's even like you'd see that like in malls back in like the 70s and 80s. And I mean, even I feel like, I don't know, like, speaking of my cousins, I feel like my aunt and uncle in Poplar Bluff might have had a little bit of that in their kitchen or something when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
maybe
possible.
Did they have that in houses when I was like in the 70s? Was that popular? Or am I thinking maybe in bathrooms or something? I don't know. But I love that. Like, to me, that's just like, because I like that whole aesthetic of like the 70s. And it's great. I could see them taking that out at some point, but I hope they don't. It matches like that wood, that orange wood that goes around the rails and all
it does.
That. I know they've changed a lot of stuff in that lobby, but I hope they don't take out that floor. I love that floor.
It's very retro. It goes back to that. And it also has, it's like a slate floor, sort of like a slick slate floor.
And it always looks super slick. Yeah.
A hidden Mickey
Yes.
in it when you first walk in. So I think that's a good, sort of a holdover from a different Polynesian time, if you will. So
I didn't know there was a hidden Mickey in there.
There is.
When you first walk in, it's a big one.
Yeah, I just remember, and this is going way back. Remember, like, we used to go left there, and that lady would make the lays. I mean, she's passed away years and years ago, but that was like always such a cool thing. Just see.
Yeah.
We didn't always get lays because we didn't stay there, but we'd just see her making the lays and say hi to her and stuff. It was just like those kind of touches. I mean, like, remember the lady, the candy lady in Japan? Just like those.
Yep.
I've told Pam this, like, you talk about things or having dinner. And, we all have our like eras of when we do Disney, but I told her, like, I'm glad I was around when those things were around. I'm glad I got to experience like the candy lady, and I got to experience the lady who made the lays and stuff like that. And I mean, there's new stuff coming online all the time, and everybody has their different, times they visit things, but I'm glad I got to see those things. Now, I also got to see remember the tents in Tomorrowland with the little cabanas?
I sure
didn't need to see that.
Yeah.
That was weird, but you got to take the good with the
choice.
bad. It was choice. That was a crazy thing. All right, Pam, give us another one. What you got?
Okay, so I mean, I think that this has got to be one of the best sort of. I don't know. I don't want to. It's not really a floor when you're talking about outside, but anyways, Pandora.
That's why that was gonna be my new one. Yeah, that was gonna be my new one. Yeah.
The bioluminescence, and they've judged it in the past year or so made it sort of more vibrant than it ever was before. And it's so, I think, unique to that space that you sort of walk in, it fits with it, it tells the story, it enhances the story, it becomes part of the story in so many different ways in that land. And I think that Disney, again, it's a great example of Disney being like, what can we do to plus this area? What can we do to enhance like the guest experience and things like that? And it's worth seeing at night. I think that space in general is worth seeing.
If the park is open at night, it's totally worth seeing. Now, I will say, there's one downfall to the flooring in Pandora and in other instances, some other areas of Disney's Animal Kingdom, because it's definitely a little more, authentic kind of ground. The downfall of this is for someone like me who has a stroller with them, and then they have like their hot coffee on the stroller, and they're pushing the coffee, and it's a full cup of coffee because I just got it, and I'm pushing it along, and then all of a sudden it goes blub, 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 and my coffee goes spilling everywhere and all over the stroller, all over the baby. So just a helpful hint that concrete is not the best when you have a stroller.
Well, I mean, think about it. And we kind of talked about this too before the show, like Animal Kingdom as a whole, like it's good and bad, like, because like, Joe Rohde and the team who, when they developed Animal Kingdom, they wanted real authenticity in the entire theme park. And so when you're walking around, by the end of the day, if you do a full day in Animal Kingdom, your feet will hurt worse than Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and the studios, because there's terrain, like everywhere you walk, there's bumps. It's not like blacktop like in the other parks. It's you have little bumps, and
it's kind of like walking in a trail.
Yeah, kind of similar. I mean, not terribly, but it adds up. And where you really notice that is like when you hit Animal Kingdom Park, like at mile 13 of a marathon, and your legs are kind of tired and wobbly. And I mean, because you're barely picking your feet up off the ground, and it doesn't take much to like catch a toe and like, you know, because you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't need this. Like it's like, I love how beautiful it is. I don't need this right now, like on my legs, but it is beautiful. But it's wonderful because it gives a richness to the theme park, which that's its primary source. It's not a race course track, you know, like they use it for that a couple times a year, but that does add to the overall experience. Like when you're walking past Everest and you see like, oh my gosh, there's like exposed bricks or cobblestones, you know, simulated, but that is like, that's going to the next level when you can not only like look up at the mountain, but you can look down at your feet and say, oh my gosh, this looks like it's 100 years old down here, you know, and it's 20, you know, it's
cool.
That's cool. All right, Ricky, give us another. What you got?
Okay. I mean, I would be remiss. I think people are yelling at their, you know, their radios right now, because if you're talking about carpet, you have to talk about the most famous carpet in I think all of Walt Disney World at this point, and it's the wall carpet that is now found in what is now known as Awesome Planet at Epcot. I mean, this is classic 1982 carpet on the wall. It is very interesting carpet. You know, why they thought about putting carpet on the wall, I have no idea, but they sure did, and it has withstood the test of time for some reason or another, and I'm not sure why, but it has withstood the test of time, and it is an Epcot thing now, an Epcot masterpiece at this point, I feel like. And you cannot talk about carpet flooring type situation without talking about carpet on a wall. So you got to go with the wall carpet and an Awesome Planet.
Should wall carpet make a comeback? That's our question. Because for this studio, that'd be awesome, because obviously it'd be a great for audio. And I think, you know, like you're tired and you just need some place to like, you know, like you don't have to lay down. You could like just lean and you got something soft, like especially shag carpet on walls.
No. Yeah. That should not make a comeback in any way, shape, or form. Not even close.
And like we could have those sunken down living rooms again, like with conversation rooms, or what's that called? Like the conversation pit.
Conversation pit.
Yeah, dude, my house would be awesome if I could like just design it
with a fireplace in the middle.
Heck yeah!
Absolutely.
Now you're talking. Yes.
Yeah. One of Brian's friends, when back when we lived in Florissant and they lived in Florissant near us, they had the conversation pit area in their house, and it was an interesting choice. I will fully admit, but I would not like to have that in my house right now. No, I'm going to say no.
That'd be awesome, dude. If I had a conversation pit, I'd never leave the conversation pit except to do a podcast and come converse.
It would all be in the conversation.
Yeah,
exactly.
We would be
That'd be
conversing.
so awesome.
We would.
Like, coming to you live from the conversation pit. This is the Be Our Guest podcast. Okay, now, so I have a piece of carpet, and it doesn't cover, but a very small area. But it's an awesome carpet. It's in the Magic Kingdom. It's very small. Very small. It's in an attraction. And it's in Liberty Square. And you cannot touch it. Otherwise,
the
Secret Service might take you out.
They might, yes.
It's the presidential seal carpet in the Hall of Presidents. Now, I have questions about this because I think it's really cool. I like history, so I like it. Now, questions. Is this really like something that is like from the presidential library? Because I mean, they have it there like it's, you know, like if you touch it, you're gonna get.
Oh, it is sealed off for sure.
I know. I mean, I'm not gonna try. You know, I don't want to get kicked out of the park or worse. I mean, I don't want do they have people like standing by to get you like with the taser? I don't know. Like, I mean, I won't be on TMZ tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I could. You know, things happen. But I mean, they have the rail around it and everything, and they say this is the official seal of the United States. You know, the presidential seal of the United States, and like they just dare you to poke a finger through there. But I'm not going to. But I mean, they make it seem like. But I mean, it just seems to me like it's just like you could buy one at Becky's Carpet and Flooring Outlet. That just
pretty sure they don't make that for that. No.
People in St. Louis get the.
I got that one, and that doesn't exist anymore anyway, right?
She died a long time ago. She fell.
Yeah, I knew she passed away a long time ago, and I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't
fell off the arch on one of the commercials. Yeah. So very few people are gonna get that reference.
No, they're not. Yeah.
But Yeah. So, Pam, I mean, do you think that's like, is it like a sacred piece of carpet, or that's just got to be just like a replica, right? I mean, it has to be. But I mean, it's like, come on now. But
maybe they got permission to use like the same pattern that they use, right? And so I think sometimes that in itself is probably a feat that we don't recognize. Can you imagine the level of approval that had to go through? Like, hello, we'd like to go ahead and do this. I don't know, but I'm assuming, right?
I mean, it's got to be the most, like, most protected piece of carpet, like in the state of Florida, because it dares you to poke it. But I mean, like, no way, man. Because I mean, it's like presidential equals to me like Secret Service somewhere. Like, I'm not playing that game. Like, no. Like taser would be like your easy way out. And I've seen people like you go like stiff as a board, and then you just go down and everybody takes the video, and you're like, everywhere on social media. I don't need that. My glasses would fall off. All right, Pam, what do you got?
That would be embarrassing to admit.
Oh my gosh,
for the reason why you can't go back to Disney World, because I touched the presidential
carpet. Exactly.
Can you imagine though if your glasses actually did fall off and like fell? You were looking at it and you were like, "Oh my goodness!" And then you go, and then
you're always like in the middle of a sentence too. You're like, "Wait, I'm just," you're right, and then everybody's taking
like
your
I
video.
could see my sunglasses being on the top of my head, me looking over the steel, and they go, poof, and I'm like,
exactly. It never looks comfortable.
Those are gone forever now. Cool. Yeah.
No, but more likely what you're going to see, and then it will appear on TikTok and Insta Reels a million times, is someone hopping the guardrail around the carpet and then, doing something foolish.
That's true.
While their friend's taking a video.
That's true. Eating a cucumber from the land, probably. Yeah. I would guess. All right, Pam, what else we got?
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give a shout out to Disney in general for a number of the resorts. Well, at this point, most of the resorts, if not all, that have replaced most of the carpet with either an LVP or, some kind of hardwood. I remember when this first started happening, this was a long time ago. People were not really sure about that, but I think it makes so many of us feel better about the cleanliness of that room.
Valid points. Yes.
Like it just does. There's something about a hard flooring that is easier to clean, easier to maintain, not going to be ruined by gum or something sticky.
It's why I have it in my entire house. The entirety of my house is that kind of flooring.
It's a challenge sometimes when, you're sharing that space. And I've been really glad that they've done it. Then the other thing that they've started recently is in many of the deluxe resorts, they have put a sort of, it almost looks like a throw rug under the bed portion of it. It actually is an independent rug, but they put it halfway under the bed so that when you get up in the morning and you put your feet down, you're on that little piece of carpeting. And again, I imagine that this is so much easier for them to maintain, replace, whatnot. And it's I think it's really helped elevate so many of the rooms. I think that it really has done a good job. It gives them another opportunity to sort of theme it, but it also gives them, an opportunity to sort of elevate those rooms and make them look more, I think, contemporary. So I like it.
I do. I don't know. I know it does. Like, it does help me feel like a little bit like when I'm walking barefoot in the room, and I do walk barefoot in the room because like my feet are, whatever. My feet are tore up. I can't feel my feet. I put a lot of miles on them. But do you guys walk? Pam, like, yes, she tries. I walk barefoot in the room. I don't care. I mean, a lot of times I'll wear socks, but Pam always keeps your socks on. I'm like, whatever.
I bring some kind of footwear that I like to wear.
Am I the only one? Am I admitting this? I walk barefoot.
I bring socks, but it's mostly because my feet are cold all the time. So like, I'm just putting them on, and I sleep in socks. So like, I take them off halfway through the night because my feet get hot and I'm like, I'm done with these. But like, I have to go to sleep in socks because I'm cold all the time. So yeah.
No, I gotta let the dogs bark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta
No.
let them free. But yeah, so,
Well, do your socks prevent that?
yes. They got,
Why?
we gotta let them out. We gotta let the dogs play a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Socks are like stretchy.
Yeah,
Like
socks are stretchy.
Yeah, just it's too hot. They've been contained all day. So anyway, I do, but it does feel like you don't want the 10-year-old car.
Not the old crusty ones you've been wearing all day.
No, I change it. I mean, yeah, exactly. I flip them out. But I'm just saying, like when you're walking on like a Pop Century, for example, it is more. You do feel a little bit cleaner walking on that new, fake wood than the old, musty. But for me though, I'm all about theme. Like it does. I like the busy like zigzag skating rink carpet look. More like aesthetically, I like the look of the carpet, but you're right. I mean, it is.
They go down
cleaner.
to the arcade and enjoy
yes,
right.
Like, because I used to have to be the guy at the skating rink that had to take the Freon to like hit the carpet, hit the gum on the carpet, and get it out.
Oh no!
Yeah, kids would be bust because they'd leave the gum on the carpet, and you had to take Freon back, freeze that stuff, and then pick it off with a spatula. Such a pain. Okay, Ricky, go ahead. You got one more.
I do have one more. Yes. Okay. So my last one is it's not carpet, but it is a type of flooring. And I think again,
That works. Go ahead.
I think again, it is one of the most famous pieces of flooring in all of Walt Disney World. It's the one that I think again almost everybody talks about, but the fact that we haven't talked about it here yet is kind of shocking to me. And it is the the red. And then the strip of brown that's in Liberty Square, that's just, running through the entirety of Liberty Square to symbolize. Are you gonna? I have a feeling. Is he looking for a button? I assume he's looking for a button.
No, continue.
No. Okay, I thought you were gonna do a toilet flush. So it is of course to symbolize that. There, yeah, exactly. So. Perfect. Yeah. See, I knew exactly what you were looking for. But anyway, yeah. I feel like that has to be one of the most famous pieces of ground at Walt Disney World. Because the fact that they went that in depth with, accuracy is so Disney and so amazing. So if you didn't know about the strip of brown in Liberty Square, now you do.
I think too, that's one of those things that when you are okay, there's different levels to your Disney fandom, right?
There is.
Like you become a rookie, then you're an intermediate, then you're advanced, then you're like, I don't know, like ninja or something. There's like 17
I'm in the
levels.
ninja category, yes.
I don't know, like when you're ninja, you don't tell people about the brown strip. But I think like when you're like intermediate to like semi-advanced, like you're in that like stage 3, stage 4 level.
Yeah.
You must tell everybody that you see about the poop strip in Liberty Square. Is that not true? Like,
no,
I think once you get to a certain level, you're like, I can't tell people that. Like, that's just, we're not telling them that anymore. But like, and you don't know it when you're a rookie. But like when you hit levels 3, 4, and 5, like there's nothing you can do. You must tell everybody what that is that you're walking through there.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. Which is why I think we waited till this long to talk about it, because all of us are like, do we really want to talk about poo? All right, we'll talk about poo.
Yeah, we're not talking about the poo that resides in Fantasyland either.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about a different kind of poo.
This show.
We're so high class.
We are. The world needs ditch diggers. My grandpa said it.
Oh, stop.
No,
we bypassed that. We don't need to talk about that anymore.
I forgot what mine was. Oh, okay. So my last one, because we're gonna close this out. People are like, please end this show because it was not a good idea. My last one. It's one that has gone over the years. They made it. It's a bad like change. Mm-hmm. Back in the day at Space Mountain, they had the speed ramp. And that was the ultimate flooring. Like that was was retro. That was it was futuristic. Like it was like what I thought the future was going to be. I thought sidewalks were going to be speed ramps, and they took it out and put in. I mean, it's cool carpet. Like it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's pretty cool looking, but like once you've had a speed ramp, like you ride a awesome roller coaster, you're jazzed up. You get off, you're a little sore. You're a lot sore when you're my age, and you get off and like you just need help. You need something to spit you back out into Tomorrowland. Like after your knees out of the socket, your ribs cracked, your jaw, is clicking at this point. You got a headache. Like you just need help. Like, I mean, it's like, they need to put you on a conveyor belt that'll just spat you back out into the gift shop. Like even if you cannot walk at this point, all you got to do is just roll yourself onto that conveyor belt and it's going to spit you back out into the gift shop. And then your loved ones can find you like your luggage at the carousel at the airport. Like they can claim you, you know what I'm saying? But now you got to do all the work. Like, it's like, what are they thinking?
Yes.
Like think about that. Like they thought about that back in the 70s. Like if this thing hurts you, all you got to do is roll like 20 feet and just that thing will do all the work and your relatives can find your carcass at the end of this thing.
And it's not easy work either. Like you got to go up a ramp. Like you got to go uphill after just getting off of Space Mountain, and you got to walk. And it like winds its way through too. So it's not like a straight shot either. So like you got to walk up a hill and then go around and then walk up another hill. And you're like, oh man, like this stinks. Bring me back my motorized ramp way. I want motorized ramps.
Now, my dad is in the chat for the first time here, and he says he's ready to ride Space Mountain. I would pay $100 because he would not survive Space Mountain. He would.
You know what?
Not.
I will surprise you. You know what my dad has ridden?
Tron.
No, but he's done the Starlight. Wait, Starlight Racers at Epic Universe.
Oh, see, I've never
He
done
did,
that.
and that actually my dad has also done Velocicoaster. So yeah, so your dad, he's the same age as my dad.
I know, but I'm just saying because Space Mountain's it's not scary, but it's rough. Like it just beats you up. It's just
I get that.
and it sits so low you can't get out of it. Like it cracks. No, but it's the whole like getting in and out of it because you sit so low. My dad's pretty tall like me. Like it's the whole. It just it takes you 7 rides. Like I love the ride. Like it's probably my favorite ride, but it just like. It's like going 7 rounds with Tyson because it's like so jerky and so the only
thing I have trouble with is getting out, but I can roll myself out of it. And that's it.
It's because after going 7 rounds with Tyson, I mean, it's like
that part doesn't bother me. Yeah, it's just
I don't know, like the Matterhorn's
how
the same
you're
way.
sitting in there, you're kind of sitting with your legs all straight forward.
Yeah, same on the
So
Matterhorn. The Matterhorn, I'm jazzed when they strap me into the Matterhorn. I'm like, let's go. And then as soon as you like turn that thing and you start going, I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I do this to myself
The
again?
Matterhorn is a little rougher, I will admit. I feel like the Matterhorn's rougher. But
it's so bad. Yeah. But I love it. Like, and then I get back on. I'm like, is there a lightning lane for the Matterhorn later today? I'm like, what am I doing? Why did I sign up for it?
Stardust Racers.
Anyway. All right. So we are going to jump out of here. That was, hopefully you got floored by today's podcast.
Oh, man.
This was not our idea. This was Sean and the Mittens' idea. So there you go. If you loved it, Sean, great job. If you didn't,
Sean, you did a fantastic job
Sean,
with the idea of this topic.
We love you, Sean, from the Mitten. Great job. All right, so we're going to be back again on Sunday night for the live call-in show. So if you have suggestions, what did we omit? Where did we go wrong? Have you ever touched the presidential carpet at the Hall of Presidents? If you want to admit it,
you will not be going back to Walt Disney World, so don't do that.
We will block your number when you call in. I will not tell the Secret Service. You can give us a call on Sunday night and we'll talk about it. I will not even pop your name up on the screen. You can use a pseudonym if you like, whatever. We'll have fun on Sunday night. So 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, we'll have the live call-in show. Scotty G will join me. You can join us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch. It'll be fun. So join us on Sunday night. Don't forget, today's podcast brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure. Just keep it legal. Don't go touching carpets you're not supposed to. Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, even Adventures by Disney. And the best part is, absolutely free to you. Doesn't cost you anything extra. So check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you do that online shopping. Just click through there. Costs you nothing extra, takes you right back to the site and supports our podcast at the same time. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You're the all-stars that keep us on the air. It's just $5 a month. And for that support, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Bunch of nonsense, but it's fun. It's kind of like today's show, but it's even worse. So come on over, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. You can follow us all on the social media. You want to keep up with what we're doing? I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. That's on Instagram, x.com, and Threads. Ricky's at Ricky Nibs, RIKKINIBS. Pam's at TMFLT Pam, but the place you need to come hang out with us all is in the clubhouse. That's our Discord server. It's like our message board / live chat. We have the best time talking Disney, talking live, talking sports, everything all in one. And your invitation's waiting for you right now. Free for everybody. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/clubhouse. And don't forget, there's going to be a meetup for the Lizards at Springtime Surprise. Check out the Be Our Guest Podcast Lizards page for the details. I think it's on Saturday at 2 o'clock at French Quarter. But don't quote me on that. Scott's going to be there. I know. So check with. I'm trying to. I think it's at 2, but I don't want to promise you that. So look at the Lizards page. I know there's going to be a meetup there for beignets and stuff like. I know it's a French Quarter. So check with that. Just let Scotty G send him a message, and you can find out all about that. So that's coming up very, very soon. All right, so we're going to duck out of here. We'll see you on Sunday night. So for Ricky and Pam, I'm Mike, wishing you a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.